What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. Lost in all of the excitement and hype surrounding Modern Warfare 3 was a disappointing message from XDefiant. Now, I think there were hopes from the community that XDefiant would launch sometime next week, but hopefully by the end of October. Now it seems that all of this is in jeopardy. Now it seems as if XDefiant will be delayed till at least after Modern Warfare 3 launches. And that's really unfortunate. Now, obviously, it's not all bad, and I'll touch on that in a second. But first, here's the message from the XDefiant team. Thank you to everyone who participated in our recent public test session and continues to stand alongside us as we build XDefiant. The PTS once again showed us your appreciation for our fast-paced gunplay, uniquely crafted maps, objective-driven modes, and iconic faction roster. But it also surfaced some inconsistencies in the game experience that we need to address prior to launching our preseason. So we've made the hard decision to once again delay the preseason of XDefiant. The team will continue working to address these issues and testing them to make sure we deliver on our goal of being the best-in-class arcade shooter. We will share more information about preseason and testing as it comes. Thanks again for your support. We're working hard to make something really special, and we couldn't do it without you. Signed, the XDefiant development team. Now this sucks, right? Like, we wanted XDefiant to release as soon as possible. And unfortunately, it seems that as soon as possible is getting pushed further and further towards 2024. And that sucks. Like, that really sucks. Like, I think we really hope that this game would already be launched, so we'd already be playing it, and that's just not the case. But the silver lining out of all of this, and the messaging that I'm hearing from the XDefiant team, is they are trying to build the best product. And I know people get all antsy when it comes to video game releases, and they hate hearing the word delay. But sometimes delays are necessary if it allows for a better product in the end. And I'm going to turn to Cyberpunk 2077. That was a game that was consistently delayed. And then it launched. And let's all be honest here, the launch did not go smoothly whatsoever. People hated that game. They severely disliked it. They were like, why did we wait so long for this? Why did you release a buggy mess? And guess what? 2 years later, the game is in a stable state. It is filled with content. It is fun to play, and people are enjoying themselves. But it took 2 years. Now, of course, XDefiant isn't going to take an additional 2 years to launch. That's not what I think will happen. Instead, what I think is going to happen is they're going to utilize this time to figure out some of the other problems and fix them. Ensure that the game isn't rough around the edges. Make sure everything is as smooth and optimized as possible. They don't want to release a game that's similar to Cyberpunk 2077, where people get their hands on it and immediately throw it away because it's an unfinished mess. Despite the fact that this game is going to be free to play at launch, I don't think that XDefiant or Ubisoft really want to release something that's half-assed at this point in time. The way they've been talking, the way they've been presenting this game is that this is going to be, as they said, a best-in-class arcade shooter. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to compete with Call of Duty if you do not ensure that your launch goes as smoothly as possible. Now, I get it. We hopped on that public test session. We saw what this game was able to give us, and we all got rightfully excited. It was exciting playing that public test session because we saw once again this game that we think is going to be able to compete with Call of Duty. The unfortunate part of this, though, is that it revealed problems that the development team has to address before they can fully launch the game. You might not experience them. They might be a 1 in 100,000, but that means if they have 10 million people playing it, there's 100 people very upset with their game. And that's not something they necessarily want. So obviously, they want to ensure that the game is optimally running for everyone. They want to ensure that when you hop into this game day one, that you don't experience server issues, that you don't experience gameplay issues, that you experience the most optimal, smooth running FPS out there. Because that's the only way they're going to compete. That's the only way they can gain a competitive advantage over a Call of Duty, is they have to be best in class from day one. It cannot be a slow build. It cannot be a crescendo where they have a really tough launch and the game isn't really finished. until the game, hey, guess what, is finished. Like, I think there was a path for XDefiant releasing in beta and just saying, we're going to figure it out along the way, and it being successful. But I don't know how long people would have stayed around for a game to be in beta and feel unfinished. Because I'll be honest here, the XDefiant game at beta was fine, but yeah, it was unfinished. It was rough around the edges. And how long would it have taken? Would it have been acceptable to wait 3-4 months for us to get a finished product, a polished product? Probably not. It would have made people very sour, especially with Modern Warfare 3 releasing very soon. So what I'm trying to say is a delay isn't the worst thing. Delaying your game to ensure it's the most polished, optimal product that you can release is a good thing. Because we don't want repeats of a game like Cyberpunk 2077 that launches and just isn't complete. A game like No Man's Sky that took years to properly fit into what it needed to be. A game like Anthem, another perfect example because that was a Ubisoft game. That's what XDefiant cannot be. XDefiant needs to be a game that when it launches, there's no question of whether or not they rushed it. So, XDefiant is delayed again. I don't think it's all bad, but I'd love to hear from you guys down below in that comment section. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is another negative for the XDefiant team? Do you think this is just another reason why you won't buy it? Let me know with a comment down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.